3. Hello there, and welcome to another edition of Very Easy League 2020, presented by Metal Gear Speedrunners. This is a Week 7 matchup featuring yours truly versus Tyler2022. We will have Platonic Guy and some dude called Major Zero on commentary. Take it away.
Alright, Week 7, dlimes13 versus Tyler. Hi, some dude called Major Zero.
Hello, Platonic. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Alright, let me just do a countdown for these guys so they can start. 3, 2, 1, go. And they're off. And that's how you do an actual countdown, Major. Sorry.
Hey, look, buddy, don't bully me.
Alright, Week 7. So this is part of the Discord races, not the one that was streamed on the MGS2 channel. Right now, dlimes13 is tied in first place with myself and Joseph Joestar. But this is dlimes' 7th game. The other two, myself and Joe, have already played our 7th games. If Limes wins this, he's gonna be first above both of us. So the tie would no longer be a tie. And he also is the only undefeated player so far in the league, the only remaining one. Some other things, I guess, would be Lime's first player to get a 101 in this category. Tyler was the first 103 player in this category. Both very experienced MGS2 runners. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this race.
Absolutely, both runners are legends in their own right, synonymous with MGS2. Both players are very familiar with pretty much every difficulty and every category known to man in this game.
Alright, first off, Olga. Olga has some RNG involved, as you can see right now. dlimes got a left side Olga, which is not ideal, unless you get the loop. Tyler got a right side. Limes did get the loop, so this might be slightly faster for Limes, but it is also very RNG heavy, so what Tyler got is actually what you want to get before the fight starts. Another thing to mention is Limes is on turbo. It doesn't look like Tyler is on it. It looks like he's skipping the codex regularly. So that's a huge advantage for Limes right off from the start, from now until the end of the run. Turbo on PC using the V-Fix setup can easily save you like 20 seconds or so. So it's an uphill battle for Tyler just for not using it. Now that they both have the USB, which is the number one reason why the game wants you to go and fight Olga in the first place, we can go on to engine room and go all the way to the tanker holes, find Metal Gear, take the photos, and be done with this chapter and move on to the main part of the game with Raiden. So with the tanker, it's just all linear paths, just ignoring every guard in sight. It is on VE. If there's any trouble, just M9 them. They go down in one hit. Engine room. Alright, Limes is going to do a relatively newer setup compared to the old one. Tyler's doing it as well, where you drop down in front of this guard. He spots you, but because you get iframes, you don't get shot. As he's calling in an alert, you shoot his radio. This is going to cause a caution, and you're going to find some assault team units coming in. We're just going to deal with them by rolling into them all, and rolling into guards in VE is just a one-hit knockout, so we don't have to worry about them anymore. But the most important part of the strat is that guard that we shot his radio at is trying to go and fix it right now, which skips one cutscene over here where an extra guard spawns. That's pretty much it, and both players executed it really well.
Essential personnel report to the holds in 10 minutes time for the scheduled briefing session with the Commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
Freeze. The enemy is attacking. Stay alert, everyone.
Acknowledged. Reinforced deck 260.
Alright, going up to guard rush now. On VE, guard rush, there's 4 guards. You want to USB all of them. There's a couple you can M9 and get away with it, but ideally it's safer to USB them. 4 guards and then a final set of 3. You're gonna see Limes, he prefers to M9 some of them. Oh, he didn't get the guard in the back. That's awkward. Does Tyler get it? Tyler does get it. Oh, that was a bit unfortunate with one of the guards. Limes is out of guard rush. Tyler had a bit of trouble with that 3rd and 4th guard. There you go. And now this is the only set of rooms on very easy where it's game over on site. So you get spotted at any point in these 3 rooms. You take a game over, you have to restart the entire room all over again. Right at the start, you're going to see both players do ladder glitch. It's a glitch where you equip the camera as you climb at the same time. Tyler messed it up and he has to take a continue. That's unfortunate. That's huge time loss. So yeah, it's a glitch where you just equip the camera and climb the ladder at the same time. The game has no idea why and how you could do that, so it puts you in this weird glitch state. Luckily, we know how to deal with it and just skip all the ladders altogether. Saves about 11-ish seconds. Another glitch with this room. The game wants you to take 4 photos of the rays, front, left, right, and the Marines logo. We have setups where we only have to stand in 2 spots or 3, depending on which one the player wants to go for. Just to save some time, because going all the way around and taking a photo of that Marines logo just wastes so much time. Alright, Tyler's going for 2 spot. I believe Lime's at 3 spot, which is a bit safer. Tyler will come out, we'll say like a second or so because he went for 2 spot. But they should be both out of tanker now. So not much going on here. Start plant. All you have to do is really just answer the node and wait for the elevator to come down. Semi-auto scroller after you answer the node. Bunch of tutorial codecs as well, as this is what the game considers to be the first section of the game, even though you have to go through tanker as well. So you're going to see Limes go back and pick up the M9. This is purely just for memes. We actually get the M9 on the strut A roof, so you don't actually have to go for this. And he's going for the bullets as well. Purely memes. We don't need anywhere close to this much ammo on VE. But since you're waiting for the elevator, why not? And Tyler's going to do the same thing as well. Just go back for the M9. Tyler went for the M9 ammo as well. Just both players memeing at the start of the run. Ooh, Tyler. Okay, he didn't lose any time. That was a weird cartwheel into the wall, but luckily he didn't actually lose any time waiting for the elevator. So, you might have missed this, but both players ended the tanker chapter with the USB on, the M9 on their previous. What this does is the game actually remembers what you had on previous before. So as soon as you pick up the M9, you can just tap R2 and it gives you the M9. And on top of that, if you unequip the M9 before meeting Pliskin, the game is going to give you the M9 in your hand, but it's also going to remember the fact that you had the M9 on your previous. So it thinks that it's in two different states simultaneously, on your hand and on your previous. So after the Stillman cutscene here, where bomb disposal really starts, it's going to save on one menu, where you instantly equip the M9. Tyler did not unequip the M9, so he's not going to be able to do M9 trick here. He's going to have to manually equip it. Small time save, it's not something run defining, but it's always nice to have. Limes, I believe, unequipped it, so as soon as he comes out of this cutscene here, he just needs to tap R2 and he'll get the M9. I'm also interested to see what bomb disposal route they're both going to take. Either traditional, conveyor. Limes is doing traditional. Alright. I imagine Tyler's going to go for traditional as well. We've seen players go for conveyor belts throughout the league. Traditional is basically just clockwise bombs. Start at strut C, defuse all the bombs in clockwise manner, and then you end up at strut C again. Conveyor is a bit more awkward, it deals with boxes and stuff. But I won't explain it unless Tyler opts to do it. Limes is doing a very risky strut D strat right now that saves no time. He's going to intentionally get the alert here, and if he doesn't mess it up, he won't get kicked by these assault team units. Oh, he almost did, but he's fine. So it's risk for no reward, purely swag. Yep, Tyler did not go for conveyor belt, so both players are going for traditional. I guess since this is bomb disposal, we could explain the difference between fast and slow bomb. So when you defuse the bomb in this game, it takes a few seconds. But if you defuse it in multiple corners or on the side of the bomb, it actually diffuses faster by, I believe, 1.25 seconds faster if you get a fast bomb. It's always nice to have, especially whenever it's possible. In some cases, you're actually going to see what the game encourages you to do, which is defuse the bomb from as far away as possible. It's a weird thing that you need to science out which bombs are worth going for fast bombs, which bombs are worth defusing as far away as possible. And there are cases where a fast bomb is just not possible because it's just so far out of reach from the player. Very nice Claymore pickup from Limes. EF connecting bridge can be one of the scariest rooms in a VE run. Well, not one of the scariest, but there's a bunch of Claymores placed around that room. We have different techniques to get through it. We have lines where we can just avoid all of them. We have lines where we can pick up the Claymore that can be used later on, or just freeze up the lines later on. Or, since Tino is here with us in VoIP, there are methods to damage cancel the mines, where we land on it or go next to it at a very specific angle and position. The Claymore is going to blow up, but you receive no damage and you lose no time. So we saw Tyler take the safe route there. We just go around the bomb. Safest method, most consistent. Here's another glitch with the bomb disposal. The game actually wants you to go around the red pipe here, specifically colored as a hint for the player as to where they can go to find the bomb. But someone found out a long time ago that you don't actually have to go around that red pipe. You can just defuse the bomb from behind. And Tyler's about to do the same thing in strat A. So what are you thinking about this race so far, Major?
Well, I'm thinking it's pretty good. I'm loving seeing these two legends tied up against each other like this. I'm very interested. There's a lot of opportunity for a lead to gain in places like Harrier, for example, that can definitely make a significant contribution to defining this race. So I'm very interested to see what happens up to that point, certainly.
Yeah, Harrier, Ames. It might seem like Limes has like an entire room and a half lead right now, but like you said, Harrier, other places, that could just change the lead instantly.
League has shown us that a room and a half lead is nothing. It means nothing.
Well, it's shown us that like a 3-second lead also means nothing if your controller just decides to fail on you. Alright, so Limes is almost done with his bombs. Last one remaining, strut C, and then pick up the sensor B. You want to do it in that specific order. We used to do it in a different order, where we pick up sensor B first, then defuse the final bomb in strut C. But earlier this year, a runner called King of the Bees found out that actually that's 1 second slower. And it's, ooh, Limes went for the fast cartwheel into the sensor B and he missed it. So it's the reason it's faster to defuse the bomb before going for the sensor is because of that one codec there. It answers a lot faster than other codecs. And on top of that, if you do it the other way around, where you pick up sensor B, then defuse the bomb, there's a small delay where you can't control Raiden for like 1 second or something like that before the final codec comes in for bomb disposal. Which actually, we're seeing Tyler do that right now. Picked up sensor B first and then defused the bomb. So this is actually 1 second slower. You're going to see that this codec loads in slightly slower, but now when he exits strut C and goes onto the DC connecting bridge, there's a small delay before the codec with Stillman comes in. And there you go. It's an interesting choice there. I think he just went for what he's used to over there. Because that's usually what you would do for other categories. You pick up sensor B first and then defuse the bomb. Tyler had
I think you might have got a little confused there, like he was playing Euro or something.
Yep. And Euro would usually go down on the bridge. On PE, we just go north. It just has to do with guard cycles and which one is easier to deal with. Small hiccup. So yeah, coming up is the first boss fight of the planned chapter, which is against Fortune. If you've ever played this game casually, you'll know that this is kind of an auto-scroller where you just have to survive until the end of the fight. But a long time ago, runners found out that timing for this fight is very inconsistent. And luckily, we found out ways to speed up the fight, or at least keep it very consistent. The most important part about this fight, is that we want Fortune to destroy that forklift as fast as possible. We have a very specific line that we take at the beginning of the fight to get her to destroy that forklift. Everything that comes after this is bonus time saves. Getting her to shoot the barrels earlier, getting her to shoot the boxes early, preventing her from speaking. All those are small incremental bonus time saves. The most important part is her destroying the forklift. So luckily on Limes' side, I don't think she spoke. She destroyed the barrels and he got her to destroy the forklift as early as possible. We're seeing Tyler do the same setup. Doesn't matter that you get shot as long as you get her to shoot the forklift. Now she's going to shoot the boxes, then the barrels, and hopefully she doesn't speak, and that should be a clean fight for both players. Alright. That's a different strat. Players have two different strats for that room in Strut A roof. There's some chaff grenades there that ideally you want to pick up, but it's placed right next to a claymore mine, which makes it really awkward to pick up. Some players will take the risk and pick it up because we will be using the chaffs later on, or some players will just opt out of it and go for chaffless later on. We saw Limes do that, where he intentionally skipped on the chaff grenades. That means his menus and his strats that he's going to use later on in the run is going to be slightly different. I imagine Tyler might pick up the chaffs. Nope, he's going chaffless as well, so both players are doing this. Just playing it safe. Getting blown up by a claymore in this game is 2 to 3 seconds of time loss because the animation of falling down, and also a small delay from when you fall down to when you can control right in again. So right after the first boss fight of the game, immediately comes after that is the second boss fight of the game. And this one is not an auto-scroller. You actually have to fight them. You actually have to fight him. And this should be the end of the bomb disposal segment. Both players are going to go for a lethal method. Slightly slower, but very consistent compared to the non-lethal method. Oh, I think Tyler blew up a claymore there. That's kind of unfortunate. Got shot once, but he's fine. Got through the bridge. Limes had an awkward fight. Fatman went right. That's not where you want him to go. It is kind of RNG. You want him to actually go south after the first cycle. So a little bit of time loss that Tyler can pick up because he's not that far off. Defusing the bomb from as far away as possible, just how the game wants you to do it. There's a fast bomb set up as well for that. Alright, decent fight from Tyler. But he did get 2 slow bombs, though. That's unfortunate. And the third one as well. Really unfortunate bombs from Tyler. So here's a VE exclusive thing. After the... I know why he's pausing. I can't believe he did that. Anyways, VE exclusive thing. The game actually wants you to go to Strut F to pick up the AK-47, but certain equipments in this game, if you miss the first chance of getting it, the game will spawn it somewhere else for you. So I guess in this instance, since you missed the Strut F pickup for the AK, they'll spawn it in the Shell 1 core for you, which in VE's case is actually faster.
What are you doing?
How many years were people going to Strut F to pick up the AK without realizing that it was in the core?
Oh, I still remember when it was first found. This was when record was like 104. I think it was when Mac first got the first 104 on the boards. And then a few weeks afterward, I think it was Sparty who found out that actually the AK spawns in the Shell 1 core. So that was like free 20 to 30 seconds of time save. If only we could find something similar for the PSG one.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, so that what we saw there was the Claymore strat from Limes. That's why he picked it up earlier. Intentionally getting an alert using the Claymore in the elevator. That way when you come back, you don't have to deal with the RNG of whether you get a fast or slow elevator. Which, the difference between them is like 2 seconds. So it's like right in between, it's consistent. And it also clears your menu of the Claymore. Tyler's not going to do that. He's going to opt for the faster method, which is kind of RNG, hoping for a fast elevator. So, okay, here we go. The aim section. Aims can spawn in random positions around the map. And it's RNG.
Your aims, aren't you?
But if you do a pause buffer strat, which is what Limes did, it pauses the in-game timer. While it gives you a chance to have a look around to see where aims spawned. So if you end up getting a really bad spawn, you can cut your time loss there by doing this. I think he got one of the worst possible cases, Southwest. So not good RNG for him. That could help Tyler if he gets a really good aim spawn over here.
Send backup. I have an unknown target here.
Oh, perfect. God aims. That is actually near the best position. That's practically the best position you could get for aims. So considering Limes had one of the worst and Tyler had the best, he definitely saved some time over here. Definitely what he needed. So yeah, so now, practically done with the shell 1. We want to get a shell 2 as fast as possible. For that, we need to go and pick up the PSG 1 from Strat F, get to the shell 1-2 connecting bridge, and fight the next upcoming boss, which is the Harrier. We talked about this earlier, me and Major, about how the Harrier can be a run-defining fight. Both players are going to go for a 5+1 setup, which is what we call it. 5 shots at the start, high damage shots, a +1 followed up by 2 die shots. If you mess up any of those shots, whether you miss a shot or you get a low damage shot, that's at minimum 13+ seconds of time loss.
Send backup.
So you can see why it's a run-defining fight if you mess it up. And it also requires a high level of execution. I think Tyler played EF just a little bit safer than usual. Probably just remembered the mess up he made on his way to Fatman. Alright, here we go. Limes is going up first for Harrier. He's already set up his menus where he has the AK equipped. He can instantly equip it and menu to the Stinger fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. High damage as well. Perfect. +1. Pick up the Stinger for Vamp later on. The Stinger ammo. Drop down for better menus. And skip this cutscene at a very specific point to land both die shots. 1 and 2. Perfect 5+1 Harrier from Limes. And some nice sensors from Tyler. He had the D-mic menu, but other than that, it was pretty decent.
Very clean.
Yep. Alright, here we go. Harrier for Tyler. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was low damage. 5 low damage. So you're going to see 13 seconds of time loss to no fault of Tyler. Purely because he got low damage. Oh, I think
And
the
he missed
+1 missed.
+1.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But I think because it was low damage, the difference between 2 mess-ups and 1 mess-up is pretty small.
The +1 is definitely less of a big deal than the low damage on the 5.
Yep. That should end the fight. Alright. Good backups. Knew what to do even though the game kind of screwed him over there a bit. It's always good to know your Harrier backups because, in my opinion, it's actually one of the most systematic fights in the entire game. Just know your backups for when things go wrong. Leap of faith from Tyler, done well. You can see him equipped them M9. Limes did the same thing. This is where chaffs come to use. You won't get shot by that cipher over there, and you won't get the alerts from. Oh, sorry, you won't have to deal with a cipher on perimeter. But you trade having to get blown up by that, or the risk from getting blown up on strut A roof, picking up the chaffs, for a safer method of dealing with perimeter.
Oh, very rough. Tyler falling through the falling floor.
He was going for a different strat where you'd actually distract that guard by knocking, but he actually knocked at the wrong place where the floor just oh, he's doing the same thing. Oh, that was risky. He got through though. So yeah, definitely a fancy strat, knocking on that wall. It's something you'd see on the higher difficulties, especially European Extreme. Alright, since they're both in Shell 2, the eventual question of swim glitch. Who do you think's gonna go for it? Who do you think's gonna opt out of it?
I think they're both going to do it. I really do.
Yeah, they're definitely both capable of doing it. Tyler, I think Tyler's known for doing it more often than not. Limes historically just never liked it. I think he's been more okay with going for it recently, ever since the turbo find in Vsphyx. Tyler just does it, I think, on most occasions.
Yeah, it's sort of just Tyler's thing. He just does it.
I mean, he is the one who made the guide for it on the wiki. But obviously, before swim glitch, both players have to get the level 4 card, which is gotten from the president. And before you can get to the president, you have to go out of your way to pick up the Nikita and destroy the control unit for the electrified floor that's blocking your path. Call back to MGS1 with this section over here. Alright. Limes is about to go into the elevator pre-swim glitch, depending if he goes for it. Tyler's in the Nikita section.
We'll find out very soon if Limes goes for it.
He's shooting this SOCOM, which he usually likes to do before going for swim glitch. Is he gonna go for it? Yes.
And he does.
Two, might be a 2 cycle. Clean. That's a very clean 2 cycle. So he's definitely going to save some time here. Yep. Hopefully he doesn't do the same mistake that he did last time, and I know he's listening. He's going to play it extra safe. There you go. Very clean swim glitch. Definitely
saving time.
And he also goes for turbo vamp, which is terrifying to do, but it's actually very safe. It uses extra stinger ammo, which is why you saw him pick up the ammo at Harrier. So yeah, from now Limes is just going to start the ammo section, which is kind of a more chilled section of the game. Tyler has to go through swim glitch and vamp now, so I'm interested to see his swim glitch if he decides to go for it. Alright, here we go. Do we see a swim glitch from Tyler? Nope.
We do
He's
not.
opting out.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so that's gonna lose him roughly 15-ish seconds compared to an ideal swim glitch. That's compared to an ideal swim glitch. It's very easy to mess up swim glitch and get like a 3 or 4 cycle where you actually lose time instead of saving. I'm imagining that he's going for the more cumulative IGT. He's looking at his cumulative IGT and wondering, let's minimize the time loss as much as possible, even though he may or may not pick up a win. The way we've set up League is that in the event 3 players are tied, 3 players are tied at the end of the league, we'll be looking at their cumulative IGT from the first game all the way to the last. Tyler had a very good Vamp one. I think that might be slightly faster than what Limes did, because Tyler did it from the starting position, which is really difficult to pull off, actually. So yeah, like I was mentioning with League, if in the event that 3 players are tied based on points, we'll be looking at their cumulative IGT and to decide their spots, basically. So even if you're facing a player that is more likely to win, or you just had a really bad run, it's better to cut your losses and go for safer strats just to bring down your cumulative IGT, help you out in the long run in the league.
Will we see the elusive radio glitch today?
Hopefully not.
I hope not.
Tyler has hope for it. In Limes' case, just cut some time back. All right, no phantom radio call for Limes.
Yeah, it looks like Limes doesn't have it.
We're also going to see the ammo pump here. Weird thing about this game, if you bump Emma into the next load zone, you would think that because you're not the one who dragged her there, she would still be in the previous room. But I guess the game treats it as Emma passed the load zone, therefore we're going to put her in the next room. And the way the game deals with it is, if Emma is in a specific room that you just loaded in, and you're not the one who dragged her into the room, it's going to try to put her in a safe spot where she's away from guards. Luckily, the closest safe spot to us is a few steps closer, a few steps farther away from the door, so we have to drag her less, basically. A nice little 2-second time save or so.
A famously risky time save on console, but on PC it's pretty safe. Very... I don't think there's any video evidence of it ever failing, but people have claimed it's happened.
Yep. Unlike console, where specifically HDC, where we have ample evidence of it happening.
Oh yeah.
Alright, sniping section for Limes. Unlike the fortune section, this is an actual auto-scroller. The only way you can progress through this game is if Emma walks all the way to the final pillar, triggering a cutscene which starts the next boss fight with Vamp 2. How fast you go in this section is all dependent on how fast Emma can walk and whether or not she has any pauses. Emma won't stop at any point unless you shoot her, she falls, and that falling is mostly RNG, but is kind of influenced from the player as well. And if a guard or Cypher spots her. So we want to minimize that as much as possible, hopefully never happening. So you can see Limes is actually standing in a specific spot where the thermal goggles spawns. If you do that and never zoom in with the PSG-1, there's like a 99% chance that Emma doesn't fall down. So this section is basically just protect Emma at all cases, at all points, and hopefully she never trips. Nice third person shooting from Tyler. I really like that setup. Alright, while we're waiting for arguably the most boring section of the run to finish, probably should just mention this is the seventh week of the very easy league on MGSR. This race between dlimes13 and Tyler2022. Gonna go up all the way, I believe, until January. You can find it on the MGSR Twitch channel every Thursday. There will be a break for the next week. We will be back eventually with week 8 and the final set of games as well. 3 games I usually on every Thursday, and then 3 Discord streams. 3 Discord streams on throughout the week for the remaining ones. And if you're watching this later on the YouTube channel, links are in the description for the Discord link. If you ever want to watch these, races done live. The Twitch channel is found there as well if you ever want to watch the Thursday streams.
And if you want to make $1,000, you can find a way to skip this section.
Yeah. Exclamation point bounty if we were on the Twitch channel right now.
Yep, there is a bug bounty for MGS2. Tyler and a few members of MGSR have pulled together some money. I believe it's at $1,000 at the moment for anyone who finds a significant time save that's viable in single segment MGS2. Skipping sniping would absolutely qualify.
Hopefully. It would be amazing if we found a skip for this one day.
Oh, yeah.
I believe this is like a 5-minute section from start of sniping till the end of it, so it would be nice to skip it. It would finally bring VE down to sub-hour.
Sub-hour
Would be free at that point. I guess the only thing we'd miss from this run, if we ever skip this, is Twilight Sniping. It is a nice soundtrack, even though we've listened to it like 8,000 times now. Lime showing off his turbo over there by just holding down X and having Raiden crouch and stand up 8 million times per second. Alright, BAM 2. It's done. It's that quick. Basically, you tap left as little as possible, and then just mash square. Some players use keyboards. They use their keyboards to tap left. It gives you like the minimal left movement, if that makes sense. And then you just hold square if you have turbo. Fight ends up being like a second or so long if executed really well. So now it's just basically get to the elevator in Shell 1 course. You can start the Arsenal Gear section before this timer ends, which realistically isn't a problem for any of the runners. The game gives you like 1,200 seconds, and it's only like 3 rooms. Could probably even crawl there in time. Well, not for the EF bridge, but...
It's been a while, hasn't it? Jack the Ripper?
You know this fellow?
You remember me, don't you? You've grown.
Alright, I think Tyler's about to start Vamp 2. I think what Tyler's going to do is he's going to zoom in onto Vamp 2's leg instead of doing this keyboard setup where you go slightly left. Just curious what he's going to do now. Yep, he went. Oh, he went for the headshot. That's interesting.
Olga, you can't keep this up.
The
They're
fun
about to
fact
find
on
you.
VE,
Listen, I'll free you in a little
a
while.
headshot on Vamp
Brace
2
yourself.
is an insta-kill. Unfortunately, it's not the fastest way to do it. Main reason is it's very difficult to aim at his head without zooming. Even with zooming, it's a bit tricky compared to just like tapping left once and then spamming into him. But it is interesting. The one difficulty where a headshot just is an insta-kill. Shame that's not the case for other bosses like Olga or Fatman.
Is there somebody there?
Right, Arsenal Gear, a very linear part of the game. Jejunum can be notorious for time loss. There's 2 tricky parts. First one is getting rid of that guard, which Limes did correctly, and then making it past that gap, which Limes also did correctly. Both of which, you mess up, it could be massive time loss. We're talking like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. In some cases, we've actually seen 30 seconds of time loss getting an alert and also failing the gap. So it's not a room that you want to take lightly. Then after that, the sneaking sections of the game are practically done. It's basically just a couple of guard rushes and boss fights until the end of the game. Right, Limes is basically just waiting for this time section to end. All you have to do is swipe the blade at least one time and be in the northern section of the room, and then the game will progress after 45 seconds. 2 guard rushes, Tengu 1 and Tengu 2, followed by Raise, and then Solidus. Tyler catching up to him in Jejunum. Interesting to see Tyler can make the gap. Alright, he gets past the guard and gets past the gap, so he's fine. What we're going to see in Tengu 1 is we're actually not going to fight this fight at all. We're just going to get to the door, do a door glitch, and just hit the load zone on the other side. Skips the fight entirely, probably saves 30, 40 seconds, who knows. Basically, you just put your back against the wall, do a PPK in first-person view, and Raiden's leg is actually going to extend behind the door and touch the load zone, which triggers the game to load in the next room and just skip the fight entirely. This next section, Tengu 2, we have no skip for this on very easy. We do have skips for it on the higher difficulties though. So basically we're just gonna take down 48, I believe 48, Tengus as fast as possible. Snake's gonna help us out just a little bit. So the most direct method is just aim at where they spawn and use a weapon that just insta-kills them like the Stinger. That's really all there is to it. Limes is doing a setup where you actually stand the northern section of the room. This helps with manipulating the guards and where they move. Because when the guards come out of that door, they can either move left, right, or jump down. When they jump down, it's a bit awkward to deal with them, but his setup there usually prevents them from jumping down, makes them just move left and right.
Solid Snake, a perfect warrior. The result is a Foxhound command. When Foxhound knows.
Do you think Limes is gonna go for meme raise?
I imagine he would. I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
I'd like to see it. Would that be the first time that someone's done it in League?
Oh no, I think he's done it a few times already.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah. So basically for Raise, kill 3, usual method and most safest and recommended method. Kill the front one, kill the left one, then kill the right one. But there's actually a faster method where you kill front, right, left, and it's faster by approximately 1 second. Unfortunately, it is very risky to go for. Your aiming and your timing between every shot needs to be really precise. But before we see Limes do Raise, Tyler had a very good Tengu 1. And he's starting off Tengu 2. Same strat, but he's going to stand in the center of the map. Alright, Limes, front, right. Got them both. A bit awkward with the menus, but that should be enough. And that is basically the meme risky strat. Saves approximately 1 second over the traditional Raise setup.
The Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated.
Tyler's having a little bit of trouble with Tengus because of the traditional setup for this. There's a chance the Tengus jump in straight down. Makes it a bit awkward to deal with them. And obviously, the longer that they spend jumping down, the longer that the fight lasts because they're not dying. Alright, he's through.
What do you hope to hear?
And also Limes just memeing around by receiving damage on the Solidus torture sequence. Which, fun fact, on VE exclusively, I believe exclusively, no matter how much damage you receive from Solidus during the torture sequence, you get a health refill right before the final boss. So it actually doesn't matter. You could just deplete almost your entire health, as long as you don't take a continue, obviously. And you'll just get full health refill before the actual Solidus fight. Alright, final Solidus fight. No weapons, just a blade. No guns allowed. Phase 1, you're going to swipe him 3 times for 3 sets, 3 hits, and then go away as far away as possible so that he gets a short dash while he transitions into Phase 2. Limes executed that perfectly. In Phase 2, it's pretty much the same thing. 2 sets, each set including 3 hits. The only difference is that in Phase 1, he actually runs away from you. In Phase 2, he's very aggressive and just comes after you. Alright, Limes playing it safe there, blocking his attack. Gonna walk away.
Let's go.
Final. There you go, nice parry, and time for Limes. Just as Tyler begins the race threat, and that is the traditional method. Very consistent, very safe, well executed. GG Limes.
GG.
This is where we first met. I remember now. Today is the day I met you.
That's it.
Yeah, that was a decent run from Limes. I imagine this. I can't remember anything that he messed up massively. I would imagine this is 102 pace. I think Tyler's only big mess up was
Failed ladder
Found
glitch.
something
failed
to
ladder
pass along
glitch.
to the
Yeah.
future.
He had
Um,
a messy Harrier.
Oh
He
yeah,
tried
there
to
was.
continue on the
Put
perimeter
their
of
genes
strut
to
G.
live on.
Oh, never
Are you
mind. I
talking
thought
about
I forgot about that as well.
Yeah.
So I imagine Tyler
Your
could be
genes aren't
on
the only thing you pass
high
on. There
103
are too many
pace,
things
maybe a
not
low
written into your
104
DNA.
at
It's
worst.
up to us to teach
Um,
that to our children.
Other than that,
What
I
kind
think he
of
played
things?
decently.
About the environment, our ideas, our culture,
But his run's not over yet.
passion,
One more
sorrow,
one more
joy.
boss, just Solidus.
We'll tell them
It's gonna be the same
together.
strat that Limes pulled off.
Is that a
Just
proposal?
phase 1,
This is
3
for
sets,
your
each
ears.
set including 3 hits. Phase 2 is 2 sets, each set including 3 hits. And hopefully Solidus plays nice. Clean phase 1, and he got the short dash as well. Oh, nice parry from Tyler. Oh, he went for the parry again. Go ahead. That is the risky part of the parry that you could miss and Solidus just hits you, but that's time for Tyler. GG's.
GG boys. GG.
What's up?
Hey, Limes.
Hello, Limes.
Nice work on your run. GG.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty consistent run. It wasn't like I played out of my mind or anything, but I really didn't make mistakes. I did a couple safe things. I had bad RNG on aims and Fat Man, but I'm fairly happy with it. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
running split, so I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I was mentioning I couldn't think of anything massive, so I would say this is 102 something pace.
Yeah, I would say a 1x is my guess. If this is a 101, I will shit myself, like hardcore. But yeah, GG's to Tyler. I saw his mistakes at perimeter and at ladder glitch and stuff. It happens, but it's always a pleasure to race him.
Yep. We will be going to IGT, obviously, just to confirm, and also for the cumulative IGT.
It was really because this is the first Discord race I had to do, so I usually record these races. So I actually listened to the commentary the entire time during the run. It was actually quite calming. I actually liked listening to all of it. So
I was thinking, like, am I like annoying Limes?
not at all, not at all. I fed off of it. Like it was great.
Yeah, I even mentioned that, like, I remember your swim glitch thing that you did in one of the previous races. I was like, I know that he's listening now.
Mm-hmm. I like how you picked up that I usually shoot my SOCOM right before I'm about to do a
Yeah.
swim glitch, and I don't if I'm not that like that's my tell. But
I picked that up from you, where I shoot
Yeah.
swim glitch before I shoot the SOCOM before doing swim glitch.
it's just like shoot for good luck or something. I don't know. But yeah. Did you like my pause gift on EF?
Yeah, I did. As soon as that happened, I knew.
I paused twice because I had turbo on. So,
Oh,
but yeah, I wanted to say something, but I decided not to. I think I'm gonna do that from now on.
you're gonna do the race versus me.
Yep. Yeah, excellent commentary for sure. It was good having Major here as well, who will run the game someday, but not now.
TM.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
That's
like
a
I'll
fat
run
TM on that.
MGS3, right?
We'll do I'm no rookie for him, and then he'll do I'm no rookie for you when you go to MGS3.
Oh boy, he would enjoy that too much. He likes teaching people way more than how he should. Way more than what he should.
Yep.
But yeah, due to various copyrights and blah blah blah, we just decided to mute the VODs right now for the music, so just to be safe. That's why I can't hear the credit music right now, so is what it is. DMCA and all that jazz. I guess while we have a minute, we are going to be on a bye week for Thanksgiving week. I know you're not in the U.S. Platonic, but is anybody doing anything special for the holiday if you're celebrating it?
Probably some MGS3 runs.
Makes sense. I'll probably do some sort of speed run since COVID has prevented us from really traveling. So
We're all just on lockdown.
Limes is probably going to have a lot of fun testing out his new gimmicks.
Yep.
if I get it.
If you get it, yes.
If I get it in the next 2 days, pretty much, yeah. What is the gimmicks, if you want to tell our audience?
Well, Limes, thank you for asking. The Gimmicks is a free and open source solution for gamepads that allows it to emulate another sort of input device. So, for example, you could use the new DualSense controller on your PS3 or your Xbox One, if you so choose. And because it's going through your computer as an intermediary, it also means that you can use the Gimmick software to control your inputs. And you could change, for example, bindings or pressure sensitivity or analog sensitivity and things like that. It also enables you to use things like Gamepad Viewer on consoles, which is traditionally impossible. One of the primary purposes is, in terms of the software, is Turbo, which has generally been relegated to modified controllers, but no longer.
Tino. Oh.
It's called a U-block. All right.
Oh, that was funny.
Also called, yeah, it's called Deafen as well. All right, yeah. Oh, the nutty stuff that goes on in the Discord VoIP that y'all can't see in the VOD, but whatever. All right, score screen.
Good luck.
Let's see. I'm gonna guess the 102.17 is my guess.
102.69. Here we go.
Wow, I got the meme.
Wow.
I tied the old record.
The turboless record.
With 10 rations. So
Did you use 10 rations? When did that happen? Was that before race?
Yeah, I spoke sick for a second, then ate a ration as rinse repeat. So just to use them all. Yeah, that's the best time of league so far. That's pretty good.
Nice work.
Yeah, I'll take that. So worst possible aims, bad fat man RNG, and some safe stuff like hold 1, hold 3. Yeah, I mean, record's gettable in league, but it's still hard. Wreck
It
to
is
1-0.
1-1 territory. That's no
Yeah.
easy task, even though we do believe it can go lower by 15-ish seconds or something.
It's going to take a lot. I think whoever gets the first 1014X, I think that holds for a while.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, even if it's like a 47 or something, like it's going to just hold.
Let's get Beswick back into the game.
Oh, he'll get like a 2X. Yeah, that's no problem. So he's a maniac. But yeah, that's the definition of a consistent run, at least. I'll take that any day. Tyler's will probably be like a 104.32 or something. But if you like VE races, we do have 4 more weeks of this. After the bye week, we'll resume on December 3rd at twitch.tv/MetalGearSpeedrunners. At least 2 to 3 matches broadcast on that channel each and every Thursday night. And the other couple in the Discord here. You can follow the links below in the description to join our Discord, visit our website for all that fun stuff. And if you like close competitive races, tune in December 3rd because it's 1 versus 2. D-Limes versus Platonic Eye. Should be epic.
Alright, Tyler's score screen. Here we go.
104.32. 42. It was close.
Alright, 1 digit off.
Yep. But yeah, so that'll do it for this edition of VE League. Look forward to the next one and hope wherever you are in the world, you all have a great day and night. Thank you for watching.